Hello, welcome to your weekly update. I'm founder Seymour Segnet, and I wanted to just show you just quickly this week some of the work that we've been doing on packaging. This is packaging itself is it's kind of like an entire production process in its own right. It's kind of it's not going to say it's as hard as making the products, but it's an entire production process, design. And so let's just spend a couple of minutes and look at some of these. These are 3D renders, so these are done in the computer. These are not physical boxes yet. We put them together for a conversation with a packaging company yesterday. We've got working with a packaging company on Long Island. The gentleman who runs it, third generation packaging expert. His father was a packaging expert. His grandfather before him was a packaging expert. And he said customers never come to him with the work, having thought through their packaging as much as this. So we were very flattered by that, and now we've got an expert to help us bring it to life. So anyway, so let's just go through right quick. Here's ProKit, which is the most, most people who are watching this now have gone for a ProKit, probably. And let's take the lid off the box. And so it's like a chocolate box. You've got the first layer here. And we've shown you some of these ideas in past updates, but I really think it's coming to life now. So you've got a first layer here with some of the, I want to say thinner items because there's a common thickness to all of them, but some of them need more room in packaging. This is here's Life here and Road, 26 millimeters thick. So that's the first layer of the package. You take that out. See that first layer is now down here, right? And here's the second layer. You've got the two walls, air in the middle there. We've actually rendered them with the lights on here, which of course they're not going to open the box and find the lights on. There's the extra cables and tips and so on. And then not everybody, but a lot of folks have got the jumper cables for Life Extreme. And so the box is designed that they can fit into the bottom like that, but that the box doesn't seem empty if they're not included, right? Because all the time with packaging, you're trying to reduce the number of parts, right, to make the whole thing more efficient. Now, in practice, a lot of folks get a Pro Kit and one other item, or they don't get a Pro Kit, but they get several other individual items. So what we wanted to do was to design a packaging system that it kind of doesn't matter what you get, we can still present them all nicely. So here's a Pro Kit. I've got a very good pointer here, but this is Pro Kit here, right, that we just saw. And then here's, if you just got jumper cables, they'd be in this long, thin box here. And if you just get Life Extreme, it's in that box there. Here's individual walls. And do you see? So, it's going to be easier to see in the next one here. We've got a couple of different heights going on. Let me just zoom in on this upper corner here. Might be easier to see. So this is air in here, and air actually winds up taking. These are all how do I describe this? Do you see how there's a standard kind of width and height to these single boxes, and that when you put four of them together, like kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, it makes up the size of a Pro Kit box. Yeah, and we've also got some different standard heights going on. Forgive me, this is in centimeters because it just turned out to be the roundest numbers to work in. But we've got a standard length of 15 along here and 10 along here, and then many of the things come 6 high. Air and wall come 6 high. Life over here is 4 high, and then this is kind of a filler that accessories can be put into and that kind of thing. Does that make sense? So the idea is that they're really like kind of Lego blocks that they can all fit together in different ways, and so if you had ordered, this would be a big order here, but you order a Pro Kit and these extra walls and all these bits and pieces, it can still be packaged into a really beautiful block. Here's one of the boxes open. Here's Life inside the box here, and a really nice simple cover for it here, and some collateral inside. There it is again. It says 11 upgrades here. There's not going to be 11 upgrades to Life, but we are going to point out some of because basically everything we're shipping is going to be better or significantly better than we had promised you. And so we're going to call out some of the upgrades in the collateral that comes in the box, and just some other shots of them lying next to each other here. We should have done a picture with not with ProKit, just with the others piled up, but you can see what they would look like. It doesn't take much imagination to just remove ProKit from the bottom there, and see that they all look good piled up together. Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize I could do that. I'm doing 2 fingers up on my trackpad, and it does this lovely little movement here. There's a bunch of boxes next to each other. That should have been the second picture I showed you, shouldn't I? Take the lid off the box and see the little containers, collateral containers there. And I think this is the last shot that shows the lid on and the lid off the box. So there you go. There's your update. Thank you so much for the fantastic feedback from last week. I think it was the most overwhelming response we've ever had. Really, really kind and thoughtful comments. We're so lucky to have you guys are just amazing. The kindness and the trust you've placed in us, and I hope you can see, again this week looking at this, the amount of work that we're putting into making this stuff amazing. And as I said last week, we never promised you fast. We hoped it would be faster, but we never promised fast. What we promised was that it would be sort of taking the whole game to the next level. And as I said, I'm really, really pleased with the progress. So keep your comments coming. hello@magfast.com. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.